Hello everyone, welcome to a new video, and I'm back exactly where we left off last time. I really want to get a farm underway because I feel like my self-sustainability is really lacking right now. The best way I can think of to do that is just start a little farming plot over in this raised area right here. And just get like a bit of food production going. That's exactly what I'm gonna do now. So let me grab a shovel and just keep that. I don't know if I want to go. I'll definitely plant river cane and sugar cane, but I don't know what else I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna start with this. Yeah, in the last video I talked about liminal feeling Minecraft gives you. If you haven't seen the last video, I wouldn't necessarily say it's worth a watch. I mean that's unfair to myself. It's not a very eventful video. It's what I'm trying to say. There's not a lot that happens. I'm just exploring around and talking. I did find Skaven Blight, which is a city full of Skaven. Okay. I did find Skaven Blight, which is guess what, a city full of Skaven. I kind of just talked about a lot of things going on in this mod pack, what I intend to do with this mod pack, where I intend to go with this, and about my feelings on Minecraft's liminality and the different concepts behind that as well. That's something I really like to do, just getting very philosophical with this, 12, 13-year-old game now? Yeah, 14. 13 or 14 years, something like that. And just, like, getting into the nitty-gritty with how the game works itself. Okay, I'm gonna leave one space free and then just go with a vertical line to plant sugarcane and river cane. Very simple. Let's grab a water bucket. A bucket. Right. One of the many things that also like draws me in with Minecraft is the eternity that this game works. You don't have a set ending. You could run the game for literal years. For literal eternity. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I've seen these YouTubers running their Minecraft hardcore worlds for like 10 years or whatever. And I just really want to do that. That's iron right there, spotted it. I don't know if I will be keeping this for 10 years. I wish I could. I don't know if I have that ability. If there's not gonna be some major thing in my life that's gonna ruin it all. Oh yeah. But I really wish I can. And that's kind of what I'm going for. Maybe not 10 years, but like just a very long time. A year at least, you know? And then just going on from there, building up my eternally expanding space civilization, because not just the Minecraft world is infinite. I have a infinitely buildable like a galaxy that I can build, where you can see 2 star systems right here. I could add 3, 4, 5, 6 more star systems if I wanted to. If I really wanted to, I could add another galaxy. It's insane, and that is the entire goal of this game. Just getting to a stellar place where I can make my own home in the stars, if that makes any sense. Did I get 3 iron? I got 2 iron, that's bad. I need more iron. Because I'm a huge fan of science fiction, and in my mind I just having a space station is a feeling that I just love, especially if you have to deal with all the realistic, it's Minecraft, all the oxygen and stuff, and not just, oh yeah, you have a station in space. Because that is something that Minecraft kind of lacks, in my opinion, where you can build, but when you build stuff, it's just there, and you don't have to deal with the maintenance of that stuff, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain this correctly. Space Engineers is a good example of how it feels correct to do so. Like building a space station, Space Engineer, or spaceship and Space Engineers, you have all the stuff to account for. And obviously this can go a bit overboard. I never got into Kerbal Space Program, which I probably should. I do have Kerbal Space Program, I also have Kerbal Space Program 2, I'm pretty sure, but I never even used it. And I just want the idea that I've managed to scientifically build a space station and maintain it with the not Astra, with the Galacticraft maintenance protocols and whatever. And that just feels like a lot more accomplishing that I've actually done something that, even though it's Minecraft the game wouldn't necessarily have wanted me to do because it's not in the base game, obviously. Ad Astra is one of the other options that I had contemplated. The way I designed this mod pack is I was at work back in the day, and I laid out a foundation where I had different mods I can work upon. One of them being the good old Galacticraft for 1.7, good old Galacticraft for 1.12, Ad Astra, and several other space-related mods in newer versions, usually 1.20 or up. While I could have probably emulated the same exact, no, I mean not same exact, but the same feeling of Minecraft space exploration in Ad Astra, it would have been severely limited by the nature of Ad Astra and the newer versions. Ad Astra is very simplistic. It's very, very fun, very, very simplistic. You don't need a lot of scientific knowledge, or you don't need for this either, but you don't need to grind as much to get Ad Astra stuff, while for Galacticraft stuff you need an infinite amount of bullshit, like fabricators and stuff, which I guess you could also need in Ad Astra, but you don't need nearly as many crafting resources or special equipment to go to the moon, to Mars, or whatever. It's just a very simple Minecrafty progression, which is very fun, especially fitting for more vanilla-friendly mod packs. But the complicated nature of Ad Astra is just the uncomplicated nature of Ad Astra is also kind of hindering to the exact same feeling that Galacticraft gives. Even though Galacticraft is a very old and dated mod at this point. Oh, that's a dungeon. It still gives that feeling of having achieved something that you need to be able to build specialist technology and stuff for that. I don't know, I'm just waffling. Hold on. No, didn't like that. One thing that I would have liked with Ad Astra is just more mobs. The moon and Mars and Ad Astra just get really stale really quickly. You have 3 or 4 mobs there, the corrupted Lunarian, the regular Lunarian, the starfish thing. On Mars it's even less, it's just the space raptor. I think Venus is a lot better in that way, being space nether. But I still think it lacks quite a bit in that depth. Just adding more variety to the mob pool on the moon or on Mars. You could have done so could have done so many things with moon enemies on Ad Astra, like just the same way that they did in Galacticraft with the boss chamber. Well, the dungeon does exist and it's a pain to get through. The boss chamber is kind of missing. The giant space skeleton, which, yes, it is silly, but it's also on brand for Minecraft, and I think Ad Astra would have really benefited from that. Not saying that it won't ever come, but as I'm speaking right now, it's not on there. And that's kind of what's turning me off from Adastra. It is a great mod pack. It fulfills the fantasy I was describing earlier quite well, even if it's a bit lackluster in a lot of cases, in my opinion. But it's a great alternative to play with space stuff in modern versions. Especially because that space stuff doesn't interfere with the regular gameplay loop of Minecraft that much. While usually you would have the issue that larger mod packs or other mods interfere with your regular gameplay, like Thormcraft with the entire crystals, or all the different thaumatic stuff in the world. Adastra has a very minimal impact, mainly with occasional meteor craters, oil spills, and whatever, which even those you can turn off with submods. But Galacticraft obviously would be a lot more difficult to handle in that case, I would say. It's a pretty rough, roughly heavily interfering mod. But that's kind of the point. It's what you build your mod pack around. It's not just a mod you add on to everything. And Adastra's a lot better in that case. It's a lot lighter weight, I guess. Okay, let's get this started then. I will be crafting a bucket. Yeah. I'm also going to look into furnishing this out. I added a few furniture mods, as you can see. I just wanted to spice up my living conditions because I'm a freak when it comes around decorating. Oven? No, it's iron blocks, okay. Oh, I could do that. I love Bibliocraft. I know that a lot of my friends don't like it. Specifically my friend Sonic doesn't like it. He thinks it's too Minecraft, it's too foreign for Minecraft. It doesn't have the same blocky aesthetic. It looks more like something out of an RPG. You would see that kind of stuff in like something like Morrowind, which I agree. But I think that is specifically what makes it so great for me. That it's a less Minecrafty and more modded feel, where it feels much more like you have control over what you can do, rather than just having to be creative to do something. Which having to be creative is a great feel in itself, but it's not what I'm going for here. It's just a thing I really like doing, I guess. In any case, I think it's gonna be a very interesting little playthrough. I intend to play this game... No, I intend to play this at least for the first 100 episode here. What I mean by that is, after the first 100 episodes I'll do a recap, where I'll look at whatever I've done so far. And then I'll judge how I'll continue. I honestly don't care about views or whatever. It's, again, more of like a personal archive where you can see my own experience grow, I guess. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it's just a bit of a slice of life for me, I guess, because it's something I just really like doing and wanted to do for like the last 10 to 20 years. 10 to 20 years, yeah. No, probably like 10 to 14 years. As per like stuff I really like doing otherwise, I like reading science fiction books. Currently I'm reading the Republic Commando series by Karen Travis. I am at book 2, but I'm almost through with book 2, so I probably will be taking a break from the Republic Commando series, not because I don't like it, just because I want to read something else. I don't want to be caught up with the same book series for so long. Might be reading something shorter, maybe the Revenge of the Sith novelization first, and then coming back to Republic Commando 3, and maybe Republic Commando 4, or Imperial Commando. I also own several books I still want to read, especially Andrew Norton's Adventures of the Mutant. The Adventures of the Mutant. Andre Norton, I'm sorry. A very I like Andre Norton books. I've read quite a few already. And I've also been looking forward to reading not only the Timothy Zahn Throne series, but also Isaac Asimov's Foundation, which I've already mentioned earlier, I think, or last time. I think last time actually, as being one of the inspirations, or the Amazon series being one of the inspirations for this mod pack. I am a big fan of the cloning aspect of the Amazon series, because I am just obsessed with the concept of cloning. I find it's a very interesting thing sci-fi often has, especially with Star Wars. That's what introduced me to the concept of cloning to begin with. It's individuals being the exact same in every biological way, but also being radically different personally. I find the clones, especially in the Clone Wars series, because I'm a Gen Z. I'm a kid of the 2000s. I had to watch that as a child. It's my favorite series. Like, out of all series, I'm always going to be biased. It's a fucking great series. I know that recently some people have gotten less enthusiastic about the series, but I still think it's one of the greatest things to come out of Star Wars. Just like that, I also really loved Bad Batch. Its conclusion came out last Wednesday when I'm recording this. I think it was a great. It was great in art style and bringing the clones' stories to an end. But I would have preferred what I think is the better option for Star Wars series like the Clone Wars, instead of just imitating the art style. Which the art style is one thing. It is a great. I like the art style a lot, even though it's very. I wouldn't say edgy, but it's edgy in the sense of the characters have very defined edges, not as in edgy like teenage edgy. It's the geometric shapes of the characters are very off-putting for beginners, I think, but it's still a very enjoyable series, especially on the eyes. Very enjoyable with the later art styles as well to watch. A lot more than Rebels for me. The art style in Rebels is one thing I don't necessarily like, but the thing I think that makes the Clone Wars so good is it being not character specific. Sure, you have characters that reappear quite a lot: Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Padme Amidala, but they're not specifically the main cast. Well, they are a bit, but like, not every episode is centered around them. You have entire episodes centered around different clone troopers. The Rookies episode, the Invasion of Kamino episode, and all of that, centered around different characters that in the series don't take the front and center spot always. And I think Star Wars as a world, which also has a political message behind it, should be embracing that style of media a bit more than a character-driven narrative. While the Clone Wars is a great way to explain politics to younger people. I really like the idea of using Star Wars as a political narrative, because even though the backlash in like 2016 or whatever around the newer Star Wars films has been great, and I don't like the newer Star Wars films myself. They're not good. I think there's a lot of things wrong with them, but the way that the Star Wars films were treated on the internet, at least, with the hate that Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and all the other actors on the shows there, on the films there, got, is unwarranted. Not because I think the entire series was written the wrong way, but with the way that it was portrayed on the internet, always made out that they added politics into Star Wars in post, which is untrue. If you've read anything about George Lucas's projects on Star Wars, and just what his entire political idea behind Star Wars is, it has always been a very anti-authoritarian, anti-militaristic, anti-war, especially anti-Vietnam War era movie, with the Empire being fascists and the rebels being anti-fascist. It's a very good representation of what his views are on that regard. And I think that the Clone Wars is a very good encapsulation of that, and by extension Andor as well. That's the thing with Andor as well. While it does follow Andor quite a lot, it doesn't solely revolve around Andor. You see the perspective of the Imperial Security Bureau, you see the perspective of Luthen Rael. That is what makes Andor so great for me. It also showing the state of the wider galaxy by focusing on different characters. It's just a very well-oiled project. A way to run your Star Wars project, if that makes any sense. That's, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But with that, again, it's 21 minutes in. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know this was just a bit more talking, and I just built a farm, I guess, but it's a very simple, very simple video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. Keep writing suggestions in your comments, and I hope you really had a fun time. See you in the next video. Bye.